It's weird. It's weird for me to talk about the courthouse now because I resigned back in 2020, right? I resigned. Resigned is a nice way to say you quit or whatever. And I had all this time. So I just had to take time off until my time went out. And I was still getting paid. Whatever, it's irrelevant. But when you get the job in the courthouse, I was so excited to get a job, to have a job. I was like, I got a job. I was working in the courthouse. But they make you sign. They make you sign contracts. So you're contracted to the Bronx Supreme Courthouse. Like, it's just certain things you can't do. I signed a non disclosure agreement. I signed this stuff. And it's rules. You can't sue the courthouse. If you working in the courthouse, you can't sue them. But they know that they're fucked up. So they have laws. They have all these stipulations as to what you can and cannot do. So I could never sue the courthouse because I worked in the courthouse. I was like, yo, I fucking quit. And they still fucking with me. Even after quitting, they're still messing with my life. I'm just like, oh my God, I'm gonna sue them. I don't work there. I am going to sue them. The non-disclosure is an NDA. I think that's for every job in the courthouse. You have to sign an NDA. That means that you can't talk about it. You can't talk about the courthouse if you working in the courthouse. But I'm like, I don't work in the courthouse anymore. So I could talk about the courthouse. I could talk about them because I'm not working there. It's just so much shit. It's so many secrets. You know how many people have been sabotaged and how many lives have been ruined by people within the government, by people within the courthouse, by people with money and power because they give them these jobs. They abuse their power. They take advantage of the people. They don't help the people. They make everything worse while they get rich. They get rich, and they're okay while they're making everyone else's lives fucking miserable. I'm like, yo, I hate this job, but I was thankful to have a job. I was like, I got a job. I could get my own place. I could take care of my kids. I was like, I got a job. Thank God I got a job. I hated I hated this job. I was like, I fucking hate this shit. I hate this job. I fucking hate this shit. But I woke up every morning early. I was never late. I was an excellent employee. Like, let me turn the LEDs off because I know it was like mad, very bright, right? It was very bright in here. But I was thankful to have a job. I was like, I got a job. But I was married. I ended up divorced, and the job paid for the divorce. The union, I had a lawyer, I had everything. The divorce took 4 years. But thank God I had a job, and I got a lawyer for free. The union paid for it. I paid my union dues. I got my place, I got my apartment because I got a job. I got my own place. I got to move out. I got to be on my own. And I had the kids, and I just was able to take care of my kids. And it was because of the job. I was like, I'm so thankful to have this job, but I hated the job. But I didn't hate working with people. It's like I love working with people. I was a public servant. So I dealt with people all day. I was talking, I was helping people all day long. That was my job. So I like communication, talking. Like, I know how to talk. We could talk. But I'm just not close to people. But I service people, public servant, my notary. I do this, I do that. I could do everything. Passport agent. I processed passports for a period of time, but I don't do none of that anymore. I do Lead with Love Inc. It's a nonprofit organization. I'm a YouTuber and I'm a content creator, so I just create content. And I know I haven't really talked about the Bronx Supreme Courthouse because I'm like, oh, it's just so much stuff. But I'm like, I don't work there. So I could finally talk about the courthouse. I could finally talk about it. I could talk about it, and they can't do nothing to me. I don't work there. I used to work there. I don't work there anymore. And I could drop names. I could drop Teresa Torres' names. So that she was like the devil walking. She was the devil walking. She did shit to everybody, and everybody thought that she's a good person, that she's such a nice woman. This woman did death spells so many times. Like all the people that was closer to her passed away. Like anyone that was friends with her, they died. Everyone. I'm just like, don't be her friend, but everybody want to be her friend. I'll be like, and you just watch them just pass away one by one, everybody dying, and I'm just like, oh my God, y'all want to be her friend? Like, she's fucking evil. Hey, I put the lights back on because I like the lights, but whatever, so I put them back on. But what was it? I'm just talking about the courthouse, right? Because from me working in the courthouse, that's how I learned about cleansing. I learned about the spiritual attacks. I learned all this stuff because it was happening while I was working in the courthouse. I was a court employee for 15 years. I would have been 15 years on October 19th, but I quit. I resigned October 14th, so then I didn't get to complete the 15 years, but I was there 15 years, and it's just crazy. But I learned all of this about spirituality, about the cleansings, but the whole thing is, I can't prove it. I can't prove spell work. I can't prove this bitch done did a death spell. She done did sickness spells. She has MS, multiple sclerosis, like something's wrong with her. Other one got all kinds of diseases, permanent diseases from doing shit to each other. Like all these people sick, and all these people dying, and I'm like, oh my God, it's from the spell work. But you can't prove it. I can't prove it. It's from the spell work. They missing teeth. People missing teeth and everything from the beauty spells and all kinds of stuff. She put people into poverty, homelessness. Like, this woman is evil. She is so fucking evil. And then you work with her, and then you think that she's a good person, and she's fucking evil. That's the devil. And she laughing. She's a whore, a slut, nasty woman. Always talking about sex, always talking about her man penis. I'm like, oh my God, like, why is she talking about her husband penis? And she wasn't talking about it, whatever, but it just showed you the kind of woman this is. Like, she talking about her husband's penis. Like, what are you doing? And then we supposed to respect this woman because she's the boss. And I'm like, but this is how she carries on. She sees a man and she's already talking about what she want to do to this man. And I'm just like, oh my God, I can't believe I got to respect this whore. She's a fucking whore. Nasty woman. And the spell work. But that's why I do cleansings and I do all things like that, because I was there and I had to be there. I couldn't leave. Now I always gotta cleanse myself. I always gotta protect myself because I gotta go to work every day, and this bitch is just doing shit. She's just doing stuff to do stuff, and I can't tell nobody. Nobody gonna believe me because it's the courthouse. People. Why I never talked about the courthouse is because, like, who's gonna believe that you're working in the courthouse and they're doing black magic in the courthouse, and you got this woman that's a whore, like the way she talk, the way she carry on, and the things that she does. And that if I was to say to anyone, like, this is what's happening and this is what's going on, like, it's in all the complaints. It's in the court file. 405 pages of complaints against this woman. Nobody ever did anything. Nobody ever did anything. Nobody ever looked into anything. Money missing, nobody fucking cares. I'm like, yo, money is missing, nobody cares. I'm like, wow, like, they do sabotage, they do all kinds of things, and then it's legal. because they're friends with the police or they have access to they can ruin your entire life. They can blacklist you. They can make things look like it's you and it's not you. So it's like who can you talk to? Who can you go to? You go to the feds, you go to OCA, you go to Inspector General. Nobody helps you. They got their hand in everything and done bought everybody off because everybody's getting paid off because they're stealing the money. But nobody wants to check. Nobody wants to check the money. And I'm like, yo, like, and I felt like there was no way I was ever gonna get justice. No way anyone was gonna ever fucking listen to me. And that's why I quit. I was like, I'm not gonna live the rest of my life working in this job. And I hate this fucking job. I hate this job. And I keep complaining and complaining and nobody ever does anything. And I'm like, oh my God, I hate this fucking job. And then when I resigned, I wasn't even working on the floor. I asked to be removed or put to another floor. I'm on a whole nother floor with a whole nother boss, working with the deputy county clerk, Kay Amer. She's a beautiful woman. I love her. Like, she was just an amazing woman. Like, I just loved the way she worked. She always celebrated the 4th of July, and it was always a big deal for her. And I always celebrated too. I know it's Juneteenth, I know, but I used to celebrate the 4th of July. And I remember Kay Amer would celebrate the 4th of July too. And it was just, I don't know. I just love her. I loved her as a woman, like just the way she is. She's a good person, a good woman. And but Teresa Torres done got a hold of her mind and is controlling everything. And I'm just like, oh my God. What was it? So okay, this is the last one. I know I'm running my mouth. I'm running my mouth today. But I was working with Kay Amer. Kay Amer, she's like just, she's a wonderful boss. She's a good boss. She's caring. She's understanding. It's like, no, she's just a good woman, a good person. But here go Teresa Torres, her demonic ass, right? She's in the county clerk's office downstairs, room 118. But then she comes up to 313 in the jury division to tell Kay Amer to tell me what to do, to tell me that she's not approving my time of leave. And I'm like, but I'm not well. I need time off. I need more time. Oh, you can't take any more time. You've been off because the courthouse was closed during COVID and you can't take any more time. So then she was giving me a hard time filing for family medical leave, right? And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna resign because I don't have to deal with this. I don't have to deal with this. I'm sick. I can't come to work, and you need to excuse me. They didn't want to excuse me. I'm like, you know what? I got time. I got time. So I just used up my time and let my time zero out so I would stop getting paid. And then I just resigned in October. Whatever. But she made my employment so difficult, so hard, so uncomfortable, so many things happened. Nobody helped me. HR, human resources didn't help me. OCA didn't help me. Inspector Generals didn't help me. The union didn't help me. Nobody helped me. I was like, you know what? I fucking quit. I quit this shit. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna open my nonprofit. I'm gonna open up my own business and I'm gonna work for myself. I don't want to work with nobody because of all the shit that I had to deal with and I had to put up with, and I had to smile and act like everything is fine. And I hate this job. I hated this job. I fucking hated this job. And I had to be there because I had to take care of the kids, and I'm a single mother, and I'm like, oh my God, I hate this job. But I gotta wake up every day and I gotta go to work, and I gotta put the smile on. Everything's fine. Everything is fine. I'm okay. It's all right. Everything is good. No problems. But I hated this job, and I'm just like, oh my God. And I never talked about it because there was nothing good to talk about. It was always some shit going on, and I never talked about this job. Okay, so I'm thinking, it's nighttime. You see, it's nighttime. It's 9:59 in New York City, but it's quiet, right? I'm thinking about this job. I'm thinking about the Bronx Supreme Court house. It was always criminal activity. Always. Money. It was scandalous. It was all kinds of things. It's like these people have stories about the Bronx Supreme Court house. And I guess management, Teresa Torres, yeah, and all the other people that work with her. They would be like, oh, we can't talk no more than 20 seconds, 30 seconds on the phone because they can trace the call, or they'll know what's going on. Oh, you can't say certain things over the phone line, over the job phone, because the phone calls are recorded. Oh, you can't do this, you can't do that. And then she had a burner phone, and I was like, why do you have another phone? And that was like the secret phone, like the bat phone. But that was the other phone, and then they would have these secret conversations, these secret meetings, these secret things. They would hold meetings in secret floors, special key to the room, because there's a universal key, but then there's also like a special room. Nobody can get in it because nobody knows it exists. So that's that. It's like there's so many secrets in the Bronx Supreme Court house. And I'm thinking, like, this woman is so evil, so cruel, Teresa Torres. And she's like, I think everything is black magic. Everything is black magic because that's all she does. So she always thinking somebody's doing something to her, and then she's sitting there and she's just doing stuff to everybody, manipulating everybody. She does black magic on everyone in the office. And the people know that she's doing black magic, but how can you prove it? You can't even prove it. So then they'll start attacking her. So and then it's like, because she's doing black magic, she's making everyone else do black magic. It's just so toxic. I was like, I'm so glad I got out of that office, because it's so many things. It's scandalous things. It's spiritual things. You can't even talk about it. You can't even talk about the secret conversations, the burner phone. You can't talk about it. The secret rooms. You can't talk about it. You can't talk about anything. You can't talk no more than 20, 30 seconds on the phone, because then they're going to trace the call. And I'm just like, oh my God, I hate this job. I hated this job. I keep talking about this job because I'm like, oh my God, like, it's just so much shit with this job. I hated the job, and I never talked about this job. Nobody knew that I worked there. Like, if anyone knew that I worked there, it's because I was close to them, and I would tell them that I worked there. But I didn't tell nobody that I worked there. I'm in the Bronx. I'm in the hood. I'm not in a nice little bougie place. I am in the hood. I did not tell anyone I work for the Bronx Supreme Court house. And if people knew, it's because they saw me. But I didn't tell nobody. I work in the courthouse. And what was it? I think I would post about it, that I worked in the courthouse. I hated the job. I didn't show that I hated the job. I hated this fucking job. I hated this job so much, but this job, it helped me get my place. It helped me get this place. I've been in this place since 2008. My kids they grew up here. Like, they went elementary, middle school, high school. They graduated. My son's in college. My daughter is a DJ. Like, things are not that bad. But I hated this job. I was just like, oh my God. I couldn't wait for them to finish high school, finish and graduate. Once they finished and they graduated, I quit. I was like, oh, you don't need me that much. You don't need me that much. Like, you work and you do your thing. My son needs me because he's in school and I gotta help him. But I was like, you gotta work and get your own things and do your own things. And I teach them to be independent and teach them to take care of themselves and don't get a job that you fucking hate, and then you gotta wake up and you hate this fucking job. And it was like, I didn't know you hated this job. I didn't know it was that bad, Ma. Like, oh my God, I feel so bad for you. Don't feel sorry for me. This shit helped me. It helped me. The job helped me. It helped me to take care of myself and take care of you, and I'm all right. I gotta lead with love now. Lead with love, my nonprofit organization, and I'm okay, and I'm happy. I'm happy with that. Everything happens for a reason. Things change and they get better. You learn. I learned this shit. I learned it. I mastered it. Cleansing. That's my specialty. I cleanse.